Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel Luxury Auto Reviews. Today we're diving into one of the most anticipated cars of the decade, the 2026 Toyota Supra MK4. Yes, you heard that right, a MK4. Toyota has officially brought back the spirit of the legendary JDM icon, and this time, it's not just a nostalgic re-release, it's a full-on reimagination of everything enthusiasts loved about the original, blended with cutting-edge tech and performance. We spent the last week with this beast, and now it's time to unpack everything from its aggressive styling and interior upgrades, all the way to how it drives, and whether it lives up to the legacy of the original MK4. Exterior. Let's start with the design because, well, wow, the 2026 MK4 Supra is a head-turner from every angle. Up front, it immediately commands attention with a sharp, aggressive stance. The headlights are a modern interpretation of the original Supra's rounded design, a slimmed down and full LED, with sequential indicators that add a touch of drama. The hood features deep sculpted lines and functional vents, channeling air through the engine bay and over the car for better aero. The front bumper is wide and low, with huge air intakes flanking both sides, a clear signal this car isn't just for show. Toyota's designers definitely borrowed from the past but didn't shy away from giving it a thoroughly futuristic touch. Moving to the side, the silhouette is unmistakably Supra. That long, sloped hood and the double bubble roofline are direct callbacks to the classic MK4, but now everything feels more athletic, more refined. The proportions are absolutely dialed in, a true front mid-engine layout, with the cabin pushed far back and a short rear deck. The side profile is accentuated by deep cuts along the lower door panels and prominent rear haunches that add to the muscular look. It sits on 20-inch forged wheels, wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport 5s. And yes, there's a staggered setup, 275s up front and 305s in the rear. Just seeing this car in person makes you want to drive it hard. Interior now. Let's talk about the rear because Toyota really nailed it. There's a perfect mix of retro influence and modern aggression. The taillights are slim and wrap around the corners, giving the rear end a very planned-in look. You'll also notice a massive functional diffuser with quad exhaust tips, and they sound just as mean as they look. Above it, there's a subtle yet purposeful ducktail spoiler molded into the trunk lid. Every line back here screams performance. Even the Toyota badge has been blacked out for a stealthier, more performance-oriented vibe. Climbing inside the 2026 Supra MK4, you're greeted with a cockpit that feels tailor-made for the driver. The cabin blends the analog charm of the 90s era with today's digital convenience. The dash layout is low and wide, improving visibility and giving it a real sports car feel. Front and center, there's a fully customizable 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster with retro-inspired graphics, letting you switch between classic and modern displays. The steering wheel is flat-bottomed, leather-wrapped with Alcantara accents, and feels fantastic in hand. Materials are top-notch throughout. Soft touch suede on the doors, aluminum trim along the center stack, and carbon fiber accents across the dash. The seats say the race-inspired buckets with just enough padding for daily use. Fully power-adjustable, heated, and ventilated, with a tight bolster that holds you perfectly in place. Toyota also added ambient lighting with color customization, and the sound system is a 12-speaker JBL premium unit that delivers clean, punchy audio. Tech-wise, you get a floating 10.5-inch touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a new Supra-exclusive UI, and over-the-air updates. There's a heads-up display, wireless charging, dual-zone climate control, and yes, finally a proper storage space in the trunk. You won't be road-tripping with 5 suitcases, but it's more than enough for weekend bags, helmets, and gear. Performance. Let's get to what really matters, performance. Under the hood is where things get very interesting. Toyota partnered again with BMW, but this time, the powertrain has been completely reworked. The 2026 Supra MK4 gets a new 3.5-liter twin-turbo inline-six, dubbed the 2JZ. It's a modern homage to the original 2JZ GTE. This motor produces a jaw-dropping 525 horsepower and 490 pounds-feet of torque, sent to the rear wheels through either a 6-speed manual AS, You heard right, or an 8-speed automatic with paddle shifters. The power delivery is smooth but brutal. Turbo lag is nearly non-existent, thanks to electric assist spooling tech, and the exhaust note is rich, throaty, and unmistakably Supra. 0 to 60, just 3.4 seconds with the auto, and 3.8 with the manual. Top speed is electronically limited to 186 miles per hour, but this car feels like it could go much further if let off the leash. Handling is equally impressive, with the near 50 hours 50-minute sway distribution, adaptive suspension, an electronically controlled limited slip differential, and a new carbon fiber strut brace under the hood. The car grips like crazy, steering is sharp and direct, and the brakes say 6-piston Brembos up front are confidence-inspiring. Whether you're carving canyon roads or hitting the track, this thing feels alive, agile, and incredibly capable. Fuel economy? Well, no surprises here. It's not great. Expect around 19 miles per gallon city and 27 highway, depending on how hard you push it. But let's be real, no one's buying this car for efficiency. You buy it because you want something raw, exciting, and unapologetically bold. When it comes to price, Toyota has positioned the new Supra MK4 at a premium level, and understandably so. The base version with the manual transmission starts around $68,000, while the performance pack, which includes the adaptive dampers, carbon brakes, and upgraded Aero brings it up to $78,000, fully loaded with all the bells and whistles, including the limited launch edition trim. You're looking at just over $85,000. It's not cheap, but when you consider what this car offers and how well it bridges the gap between past and present, it's hard to argue against the value. So, final thoughts. Is the 2026 Toyota Supra MK4 the worthy successor we've all been waiting for? In our opinion, absolutely. It respects its heritage without being trapped by it. It's not trying to be the 90s all over again. It's carving a new chapter, one that honors the old school while pushing things forward. The design is stunning, the interior is premium and purposeful, and the performance, well, it speaks for itself. If you're a purist, you'll appreciate the manual. If you're a tech head, you'll love the modern features. And if you're just a car enthusiast, this thing is pure, unfiltered joy. Thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments, is this the Supra you were hoping for? Would you take it over a Z06, an M4, or even a Porsche Cayman GTS? Smash that like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more deep dive car reviews, and we'll catch you next time. Drive safe, and keep chasing that red line. Subscribe to Luxury Auto Reviews.